Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this month onwards, many companies have at least announced Q4 results for FY21. So in this video, I will be actually covering the first set of results announced by different companies listed in the Indian stock exchanges from April 6 to April 16. So request you to watch the video till the end. So I will be actually covering many companies in this list. That includes GM Breweries Limited that announced result on April 6, TCS Limited which announced results on April 12, Infosys Limited announced results on April 14, and Tata Metallics which announced results on April 14. I will be covering Tin Plate Company Limited which announced results on April 15, Wipro which announced the result on April 15, GTPL Hathway which announced the result on April 16, and Mindtree also which announced the result on the same day. So I will be actually giving analysis how the results were for these companies, and I will actually see what are the valuations of I will discuss what are the valuations of these companies, and I will actually give my opinion on whether these companies are actually good for investments at these current levels or not. So let us start the video from. I will actually start with the first company that announced the results. GM Breweries Limited is an alcohol company, so it actually announced the results on April 6. So if you see the results of that company, it is actually currently it is trading at around 394 rupees. When I actually checked in the website screener.in, so it is actually close to 394 rupees. And if you see the results of that company that was announced in 6th of April, it actually posted a Q4 total income of 490 crores, and is as compared to 411 crores in the previous quarter and 404 crores in the last year, same period last year. If you see the year-end results, it is has a total income of 1,262 crores as compared to 1,690 crores. So there is a dip in total income as compared to previous year. Let's see what the expenses are. So expenses have increased to 436 crores in the current quarter as compared to 383 crores. It was 380 crores in the previous year also. So if you see the total expense for the current year, it has dropped as compared to previous years. It is 1162 crores as compared to 1599 crores in the previous year. So based on the reduction in expenses, the profit from the continuing operations is at 53.61 crores as compared to 28.22 crores in the previous quarter and 23.85 crores in the previous year. If you see the year-end operating profit before tax, the profit is 100.06 crores as compared to 90.71 crores. There's a 10 crore increase in profit before tax for this company as compared to previous year. So if you see the net profit, it is 45.34 crores in the current quarter as compared to 21 crores in the previous quarter and 17.76 crores in the previous year. If you see the year-end profit is 80.09 crores and 67.86 crores. So it means that that actually gives an EPS for the company of around 43.82 as compared to 37.12 in the previous year. So quarter EPS is 24.81 and the previous quarter EPS 11.82 and the previous year EPS 9.71. So considering that the stock price is just 394 rupees and the EPS is 43.82 based on profit of 80 crores. So the company looks fairly attractive at the current levels. So it is actually, it can be bought on dips, and actually one more advantage of the company is that this company is debt free. So it is actually, it declared a bonus issue in the past also, and there is a good possibility that once the company starts to increase revenues in future also, the stock might actually rise again. And one more, the balance sheet of the company is very strong. It's actually have a reserves of around 487 crores, and it is actually debt free. Equity capital is only 18 crores. So it's quite possible that this company might actually touch, if the company is able to post an EPS of 50 in the next year, this company might touch the level of around 500, 520 levels in the 1 year. There's a possibility, good possibility, if the earnings continue to grow in future. So the next company I will be discussing is a company that announced results on April 12th, that is TCS Limited. It is the largest IT company in the IT sector. It announced the results on April 12th. So if you see the results of the company's 3-month consolidated profit is at 36,881 crores as compared to 37,053 crores in the previous quarter, and 35,255 crores in the previous year. So this profit is actually slightly dipped as compared to previous quarter, but is increased by around 160 crores as compared to the previous year. So if you see the year-end total income, it is 1,41,363 crores as compared to 1,39,388 crores the previous year. If you see the total profit before expenses, it is around 11,028 crores. 11,028 crores, as compared to the previous quarter is 12,003 crores, and the previous year the profit was 10,562 crores. So if you see the year and full year profit before tax, it is around 42,657 crores as compared to 42,734 crores. If you see the net profit for the current quarter, it is around 8,174 crores. In the previous quarter, it was 9,242 crores. In the previous year, it was 8,227 crores. So if you see the full year profit for this FY21, it is 30,960 crores as compared to 33,260 crores. In this, the profit for FY20 has dipped as compared to FY20. So this might be due because of the June 20 quarter was impacted by the COVID pandemic. There was a lockdown-like situation in US, and it was impacting the whole world. So the results actually improved in the subsequent quarters, and the COVID pandemic has struck the India again. So it is not likely to reduce the revenues from the global offshore company, global spending by from US and Europe. But the revenues are actually likely to improve in future. But the stock is actually trading at around 3,000 rupees. So based on the EPS, FY21 EPS of around 82, the stock is trading at around 37 times. So the stock has corrected from all time. The last 1 year, if you see the chart of the company, it was actually trading at around 1,800 levels. It was actually had a good run. So it was trading at just 2004 levels in May 2020, and it actually touched around 2,500 2,600 levels in October when it announced a buyback at the ratio price of 3,000 rupees. Then it actually, after the buyback, it touched 3,200 levels and corrected again. Now it's trading around 3,050 rupees. So earlier in the last month itself, it actually touched 3,200 levels again, and it's trading around 3,050 rupees. So any dips near 3,000 level is a good level for accumulation in TCS for long-term investment. But we need to remember that it's actually trading around 37 times FY21 EPS. So the investment needs to be for a long time horizon. We can actually expect in the next 2 years, I'm actually expecting a price target of 4,000 rupees in TCS. And so it is actually a company that actually regularly gives rewards investors in terms of bonus issues. Actually, it has given a lot of bonus issues in the past. So the reserves are 86,000 and 63 crores, and the capital is 370 crores. So it announced a buyback this year also. It's possible that based on the good cash flows every year, it's likely to announce buybacks in future also in the next 2 years, and might announce a 1:2 or 1:3 bonus also issue also in the future. So the next company I am going to discuss is company that announced results April 14, that is Infosys Limited. Infosys Limited is the second largest IT company in the terms of revenues. Actually posted good results. So its total income was for FY 3 months of FY21 was around 26,856 crores as compared to 23,881 crores in the previous quarter of the previous year. And the full year, the total income is around 1,02,673 crores as compared to 93,594 crores. If you see the profit before tax, it is at around 6,935 crores for the current quarter as compared to 5,496 crores in the previous quarter. The full year, it is around 26,628 crores as compared to 22,007 crores. So if you see the net profit, it is around 5,078 crores as compared to 4,335 crores in the previous year, and the full year it is 19,423 crores as compared to 16,639 crores. So you can clearly see that Infosys has greatly shown an increase in revenues as compared to TCS in FY21 as compared to FY20. So the stock is actually trading at around 37 times based on the EPS of 45. It is actually trading at around 35 times FY21 EPS. Normally it trades at a discount to TCS, but still trading at rich valuations. So it has given a good share price has given a good run in the last 1 year. It was actually trading at around 1,100 levels. So it was actually trading at around 680 levels in May 2020. It is almost doubled in the last 1 year. It was trading at around 1,132 in October 2020, and it touched a high of around 1,387 in January. And based on it actually announced a buyback. It was actually disappointing buyback because it announced a buyback where open via the open market. Normally investors actually expected buyback to be via tender offer, but it was from the open market. So that was actually a disappointment to the shareholders. but it can actually expect more announcements from the Infosys in future related to buybacks and bonus issues in future also. So it is actually so the equity capital is 2124 crores and the reserves are 74,227 crores. It's possible that it might announce a bonus issue in the ratio of 1:1 or 1:2 or 1:3 in the near future, the next 2 to 3 years. And buyback in future, it can actually announce the buyback hopefully via tender offer also, so that I can give returns to shareholders. So if we can actually get the Infosys share as a dips, we can actually buy for long term. So that is my opinion on the stock, the current valuations. So the next stock I will be actually considering is Tata Metaliks Limited. So it announced it is actually a manufacturer of pig iron and ductile iron pipes. So it announced quarter results recently, and it actually posted good results for FY21. So based on it actually posted a quarter total income of 663 crores as compared to the previous quarter of 528 crores. For the full year, it is actually posted a total income of 1924 crores as compared to 2066 crores. And if you see the profit before tax is actually at 123 crores, 0.93 crores as compared to 108.96 crores. If you see the full year, is 6.63 crores as compared to 202.22 crores. If you see the quarter EPS, it is 23.75. Based on a profit of around 74.99 as compared to 23.81 in the previous quarter and 27.43 in the previous year. If you see the yearly profit, it is actually at around 219.81 crores as compared to 165.96 crores in the previous year. So that translates in EPS around 69.81. So currently the stock is actually trading at around 1051 rupees. So it is actually trading just at around 15 times FY21 EPS. So it is actually going to be merged with Tata Long Pipes Limited. That is old name. That is a new name of Tata Sponge Limited. So it also announced Tata Sponge also announced good results for the current quarter. So the combined entity is actually likely to give good returns to shareholders. So the equity capital of both the companies are actually low, and the Tata capital is actually having a balance equity capital of 32 crores and reserves of 1268 crores. So the Tata Steel Long Products also having a equity capital of just 15 crores and reserves of over 1000 crores. So the combined entity is actually to give good return to shareholders, and might so I'm actually optimistic on Tata Metaliks for the long term. So next we'll be actually considering two companies that announced the results on 14th of December. That is 15th of December. Sorry, there is a Tinplate Company Limited and Wipro Limited. So Tinplate Company Limited is actually a part of Tata Group. So it is one of the leading tinplate. It is actually part of Tata Group. It's actually tin manufacturing company in India. If you go to the website, you can actually see the different products of the company. So it is industrial tins and tins used for different packaging purposes that are all manufactured by Tinplate for processing, for actually packaging different types of foods and oils and all. They actually manufacture tins and coils and sheets. So you can actually go to the website and see more of the details. So regarding the results of the company, you can actually go to Screener and see what kind of results they have posted. So if you see the current quarter results of Tinplate Company Limited, they actually posted a quarter income of 755 crores as compared to 615 crores in the previous quarter, and as compared to March quarter, it was just 472 crores. It improved to 750 crores. If you see the operating profit is 85 crores as compared to 50 crores in the previous quarter, and last year the same quarter it was actually 55 crores only. And if you see the profit before tax is 74 crores as compared to 44 crores in the previous quarter, and in the previous year it was 40 crores. So if you see the net profit is 56 crores as compared to 33 crores in the previous quarter and 27 crores in the previous year. So all the parameters is actually having a good growth in the current quarter, and the results are actually good. So if you see the EPS, it is 5.17, and if you see the quarter results in the last 2 years, the sales has actually improved from 569 crores to 750 crores. The growth is not linear, but actually it is one point to mention is that the sales has actually improved from June 2018 to by around 200 crores in the last 2 years. And if you see the yearly profit, it was just 771 crores in 2010. It gradually increased over the years to 911 crores in 2015 to 1919 crores in 2018. Now it is 2281 crores. If you see the net profit, it was just 67 crores in 2010 but the net profit actually improved, maybe due to higher estimates in the 2011 and 12, but actually now it's 98 crores, so barely a growth from 2010 to 2021, not the in proportionate to the rise in sales, but still there is a profit growth as compared to FY10. So the current EPS, it is actually at around 9.3 at FY21 as compared to 9.08 in FY20. So it is not having much growth as compared to FY21, but considering the growth in EPS of 5.54 in FY19, so you can see that the company is actually having around 40-45% on the 2-year basis. So it is actually trading at around 198 rupees, trading at around 20 times FY21 EPS. And if you see the stock price, it has actually risen from around 79 levels in May 2020 to around 198 levels, current levels. It touched a high of around, I think it was 152-week high is around 207 rupees and 50 low is 77 rupees. It already given over 100% return in 1 year. So the valuation looks slightly stretched. If we can actually are able to get the buy, we are able to get the tin plate at around 180 levels. It is a good for long term investment. We can actually expect around 220-250 levels if the company is able to post an EPS of around 10 to 15 in the next 2 years. And the next company that announced the results is on April 15 is Wipro Limited. So Wipro Limited, if you see the results in screen, it actually posted very good results for this current quarter with a net profit of around 2972 crores. It posted total income of around 62,245 crores as compared to 15,670 crores in the previous year, and it was 15,750 crores in the previous same quarter of the previous year. The last quarter it was 15,670 crores. If you see, the operating profit is around 4,028 crores in the current quarter. It was previous quarter it was 4,117 crores. In the last year it was 3,119 crores. If you see, the net profit is around 2,972 crores, and the previous quarter it was 2,968 crores, and the previous year it was 2,326 crores. So clearly there is an increase, a 600 crore increase in net profit as compared to previous year. 60 crores increase in net profit as compared to previous year. And if you see, the EPS, it is around 5.42, and the previous quarter it was 5.19, and the last year it was 4.07. So in the last 2-year basis, the total income was has increased from around 14,231 crores to around 15,470 crores in December 2009 to around 16,245 crores in 2021. If you see the yearly profit also, it is actually grown over the years. It was to 27,213 crores in 2010. It improved to 43,214 in 2014. Now it is around 61,935 crores. If you see the net profit before tax, it was 5,510 crores in 2010. It increased to 11,214 22 crores in 2014. 2015 to around 13,903 crores in 2021. So if you see, the net profit is about 4,631 crores in 2010. It improved to 8,661 crores in 2015. Now it is around 10,796 crores. It is actually having a good growth over the years. So maybe in the period, it is actually sometimes it is actually having 5%, 10% growth. But based on the growth also, it is actually regularly announcing bonus issues and rewarding shareholders in the terms of buyback. It announced a buyback in 2020 also in October, and at the 340 level, and it was actually had a good returns on that levels. If you see the stock price of the company, it is actually trading at around just 189 rupees in the COVID pandemic, and now it is trading around 480 levels. So it was based on the results, actually had a good rally on the day of the announcement of the result. It moved from around 450 levels to 480 or 435 levels to 450 levels. So it announced a buyback at the 340 levels. It had an acceptance ratio of 100% of the buyback, and before the completion of the buyback, the share price touched 400 levels, and now it is actually trading at around 450, 480 levels. At the time of buyback, it was a very good time for accumulating the stock for long-term investment as a portfolio investment. If you are invested 1 lakh in that share, we have already got around 50,000 as gains in the last 1 year. 6 months to 1 year, we already got 50% returns. So it is a very good stock for the long term. It's trading at 25 times FY21 EPS. I'm actually expecting good long term levels based on the earnings growth of the company. We are actually able to get the Wipro at the dips around 450, 460 levels. It's a good stock for accumulation for long term. We can actually expect a target of 600 levels in the next 2 to 3 years based on EPS, expected EPS of around 30 for Wipro. Actually consider the companies which announced the results on April 16. That includes GTPL, Hathway and Mindtree Limited. So let us go to GTPL Hathway Limited. So GTPL Hathway Limited is a telecom company that actually provides cable TV services in different cities in India. So it is the second largest multi-service operator in India and engaged in cable TV distribution and high-speed broadband services. Actually, it has a presence in it has actually present in 10.5 million households in 800 cities across 15 states in India, with presence in Gujarat, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Goa, Rajasthan, Assam, Jharkhand, Orissa. You can actually go to the website of the company to know details. So it is actually a growing company which is actually increasing the presence in many states in India. So it doesn't have a presence in all the states, but it actually presence in some of the major states and has in present in 15 plus state and 800 plus towns. And it has actually have an optical fiber. It has laid around 50,000 kilometers of optical fibers and had 28,000 partners, LCD partners, and has a 67% market share in India. So it is actually a growing company. So it also posted very good results for Q4 of FY21. For quarter results for the Q4 is actually posted a total sales of 749 crores and operating profit of 116 crores, and for the net profit of 57 crores with an EPS of 5.06. For the previous quarter, it was sales was 47 crores and the operating profit of 140 crores, and the net profit was 45 crores with an EPS of 4.02. And if you see the previous year's profits, March 2020 sales was 635 crores and the net profit was it has actually made a loss of 14 crores. So it is actually posted a profit of 57 crores as compared to 14 crore loss in the previous year. If you see the yearly profit is actually growing over the years. So it is for the FY21 is actually 2461 is the total income. The operating profit is 508 crores and the net profit is 188 crores as compared to 78 crores in the FY20 on sales of 2384 crores. If you see the EPS, it is 16.73 as compared to 6.91. So considering the current market price of just 129, it's like trading around 7-8 times FY21 expected EPS. So it is a valuations. It is very attractive. It paid a dividend of around 24%. And this year and last year the dividend ratio was 43%. So it is actually a growing company. You can see the yearly results. It is actually grown from around 358 crores in 2012 to around 623 crores in 2015, further to around 1091 crores in 2018 to 2461 crores in the current year. So if you see the net profit has grown from just 30 crores in 2012 to around 40 crores in 2017 to 188 crores this year. So it is actually a growing company with a good presence in India. So on valuations also it looks good, attractive long term. So the share capital is 112 crores and the reserves is 768 crores and the borrowings are 141 crores only, is well under control. But the balance sheet actually showing other liabilities of 1332 crores. So if the debt is managed well, this company can be a good option for long term, can give good returns in long term. And regarding the shareholding patterns, promoters hold 75%, FIS hold 9.92%, and the mutual fund don't have much holdings, they have only 0.5% holding. And so I feel that this company can actually be bought at the current levels with a stop loss at 130 levels, and I'm actually expecting a target of around 180 to 200 in the next 1 year in this company. If the company is able to give good revenue growth in future also, this is possible that the company might still give good returns. If you see the 1 year history of the company was actually trading at just 46 levels in June 2020 and now it is trading at 130 levels. It made a high of around 150-160 levels in Jan 2021. So the next company will be actually considering Mindtree Limited. It's actually one of the leading IT companies in India. So it also posted very good results for Q4 of FY21. So it is actually currently trading at around 2,100 rupees, and it is actually trading at a price on multiple 32 rupees. And if you see the current yearly quarter results, it posted total income of 2109 crores with a net operating profit of 463 crores, and if you see the net profit is 317 crores with an EPS of 19.26. If you see the previous quarter, it was the total income was around 2024 crores and the operating profit of 468 crores and the net profit was 326 crores with an EPS of 19.82. If you see the same period last year, March 2020, it had a sales of 2050 crores and then operating profit, net profit was 206 crores and the EPS was 12.54. So the company was able to post a 100 crore increase in profit in FY21 as compared to FY20 in the current quarter. So if you see that in June 2000 the total income was just 1640 crore, it is increased to 214,909 crores in FY21 March 2021 quarter. If you see the yearly results of the company has grown over the years, it was just 1296 stores in 2010. It improved to around 203,032 crores in 2014, to around 5463 in 2018, now to around 7968 crores. If you see the net profit is grown from 215 crores in 2010 to around 451 crores in 2014, to around 1110 crores in 2021. If you see the dividend yield, it is actually gave a dividend percentage of 31%. It made a payout of 31% dividend. Based on the EPS of 67, is trading at around 32 times FY21 EPS at the current price of 2120. On valuations, it looks slightly stretched, but actually based on the earnings growth of around, based on the profit growth of around 40% recorded in FY21 as compared to FY20, it can be bought on dips, and I am actually expecting a price target of around 2,500 to 2,600 the next 2 years in Mindtree Limited. So if the earnings continue to grow in future, we may even see the price of 3,000 rupees in Mindtree in future, maybe in 3 to 4 years, or maybe even quicker if the market is actually re-rating the stock to higher price and a multiple. So it has actually given 2 bonus issues. In 2014, given a bonus issue 1:1, and it gave another bonus issue in 2015 in the ratio 1:1. So it has given from the 40 crores, the equity capital is 164 crores, and the reserves are 4154 crores. Once the earnings starts to improve, it can actually announce a stock split also in the from the current face value is 10. It might announce a stock split in future also to face value 1 or 2. And based on the reserves, increasing reserves, it might announce a bonus issues in future also. So it is a good stock for buying in dips, I feel, and higher targets are possible based on the earnings growth is reported.